Have you seen the words communion? It's got the way we spell the word come, C-O-M, well, we put an E on the end in English, don't we? But in phonetic sound sense spelling, I would spell it perhaps C-O-M, communion. But it's communion, isn't it? Come to union. Come to this union, this oneness. Communion with God is to come to the oneness with God, as in John 17, you see. Isn't that strange? The sounds in words and the spellings. I know I've changed the spelling back to phonetics, but even the way we spell English leaves clues all over the place, doesn't it? Of the origin of meaning. In the case of the way we spell English language at present, not phonetically, but English language-wise, current day, it tells you something about the roots of its past. If you know how to spell it, that is, of course. Whether it's a Latin word or a Greek, or perhaps if it comes from Aramaic even, or Sanskrit, whether it's German or French or whatever. And of course the pronunciation, changed through its location, its geographical and cultural environment. Medieval language, English is almost, it's just about incomprehensible to the modern ear. And we possibly forget that it's changing all the time now too, how we pronounce a thing. I'm reminded in my mind of my words, thou spirit, and thou life, which means the truth is somewhere in those words. Is it in the spelling? Is it in the sound? Perhaps it's both. I'm crusading to change the spelling to phonetics to make the language easier to spell. But we don't need to spell. In the modern era, we can record words as they are said by the speaker. And the written word does this only poorly, excepting we know what the word or the spelling of it and so on is indicating. For durability, we think of, the story of the Ten Commandments written in stone, that they might be enduring through the generations. But the generations change their language and they can't read it. Or if they do, they misunderstand it because they think of the words as presented, the symbols, in terms of their modern experience, their experience. And so they hear it differently. So we might come to at least appear to change at least appear to change. The meanings of earlier truths written down on stone, perhaps even, if you want to think of it like this, on parchment or on paper. But we meant it differently to what you hear now in your era. Well, this is so too, isn't it, with even with recorded speech. They won't be able to follow it easily at all in a few hundred years' time. Perhaps not at all. So someone will have to tell them again in their language. Like, instead of calling God Lord, it was shifted to Father, and then possibly by Jesus to Abba, meaning Dad. To keep up with, in some sense, what's meaningful to the generation it's spoken to. Whereas to later generations, it starts to be mystical and mythical and not quite hit the mark by any means. So someone has to be sent to bring the truth up to date in terms of their culture, that they may hear and be saved, rescued into life eternal. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Wherefore are we saved? Or should I say in modern language, therefore we are saved. By those who are sent to us, give us words of encouragement, life, fullness of life, life eternal. What we might refer to as spirit. But spirit in the modern age can mean alcoholic, quite ungodly spirit at times, violent even, or the equivalent of demented, incoherent, as in alcohol. So words change their meanings. And that's why in a scriptural study we have been greatly concerned about what the context and the culture was in which it was said, how the words were used. And the lexicon has great labour over this. We need inspiration rather, don't we, dear one? Inspiration from God. Seek and you shall find the truth that sets you free. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.